Hey guys! So guys, today I'm going to do something a little bit different on the channel and actually just tell a story about my autism and maths. So it's quite a common stereotype made about autism is people with autism are brilliant at maths, and that originally comes from the film Rain Man, starring Dustin Hoffman in. Now don't get me wrong, I think it is a good film, but it's obviously led to a lot of stereotyping within the autism community. And when I was doing my MVQ for my apprenticeship, I needed to pass Maths Level 2. Now maths has always been a tricky subject for me. When I was at school, English was a tricky subject for me, science was a tricky subject for me, but maths was the worst for me. Maths, for someone with autism, you think it would be brilliant for me. It's practical, it makes sense, but to me, it doesn't. I hear numbers, I hear different ways of saying plus, multiplication, times, divide, minus. All of the different language for me is too much, and I can't seem to link what multiplication is and what divide is, what times is, what subtract is. And that's where I always found maths hard, was the language that was used within maths. It's no secret with the speeches I do, I admit in year 6 I learned how to do my number bonds to 10 and was never good at maths at all from primary all the way to secondary. Now the reason I'm making this video is because we stereotype a lot and we always look at somebody with autism and think there's got to be that one thing that they're good at, and their one thing that they could be good at could be as simple as they're the nicest person, they're the most generous, they're the most thoughtful. It could be as simple as that. And what discouraged me, I think, going through jobs and everything like that was if I wanted to secure my job in IT, I needed to pass my level 2 qualification in maths. Now maths in my day-to-day job, I have to say, doesn't really come up a lot. Somehow, some way, I still needed it to secure a job and to get my qualification. And that's where I feel that later on going out into jobs, that's why it's tougher as well. There's only 16% of people with autism in full-time work at the moment, and if you're holding people accountable to a qualification that they necessarily don't really need to do the job, then that is going to massively cut the people who could be doing that job, because you're requiring them to have something that they might not necessarily need. I remember going through those classes and it took me about 7 times to pass my maths. Now I eventually did, but it can make you feel stupid, it can make you feel thick, and it can make you lose faith in yourself, but also it can be demoralising because you want to work and you want to be able to show people that you're good and you can do as good a job as anyone else. But yet you've got this thing that you need, qualification wise, that says if you don't have that, then you can't be qualified to do the job. This is a conversation I have with government all the time, is why are we always measured against something that we necessarily might not need to do our full-time job? And I just wanted to tell that story because I feel it's important that if anyone else is going through a similar thing, stick with it, push a bit, be determined, don't let it dishearten you, don't let it demoralise you, because you can do it. It's hard, just like it was for me. It was really difficult getting my head around it and eventually passing, but I felt so proud and felt so good when I did, and ultimately it secured me that job. I think the biggest thing that I would want out of it is, I still think there needs to be additional support. I think there needs to be something in place for people with conditions to help them get to the stage where, one, they feel confident they're going to pass the course, 2, they feel like they've got the appropriate support there, so if they've got any questions they can ask, but also having the support of the employer, to put them through it and letting them know that it's okay if you fail 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, it's okay, which is what I had. People out there that are going through that or trying to get a job in this and that and they don't have the qualifications, or they want the qualifications, or they're on an apprenticeship that requires them to do the course, don't give up. Be honest with your employer or the school that are putting you into that course, just be honest with them, don't give up, but also just make people aware that you need the support and it's okay that you need that support. I wish that we lived in a world where we wasn't measured based on qualifications and actually we were based on how good we were at the job, how hard we worked, what kind of people that we are, and how much effort we put in. That's an ideal world that I would want to live in, is people actually get rewarded for how hard they work and how much they want it and how much they want to progress and how much they show ambition and willing to learn. That's always been my kind of recipe for going into any job or anything that I do. And I wish that the world was more measured on that. People should always support you and want you to do well, because ultimately if you're at a school or you're an employer, they want you to do well because they care. So that's how I feel the world should be anyway. But guys, tell me what you think down below, and thank you for watching. Take care and goodbye for now.